Hello, everybody. Today is August 20th, so today is a pretty remarkable day for me. Today marks the 20 years on August 20th. I've been in the United States, so uh, I've been asking myself these questions this morning and what I have done in 20 years here and how's my next 20 years would look like if I still decide to be here. So, um, 20 years, I remember first coming to the United States. Like today, I flew for 2 days and came in, and it was a very hard thing to come to the United States. I believe it's only like if 50 people apply, only one got it to come to here. So um, we I flew in for 2 days and came to the Salt Lake City International Airport, and I I waited till somebody picked me up from the university, and that's what they're supposed to do, but they never did. So, um, call my pops, ask him what should I do. Hey, I'm in a country I barely speak the language. I have no idea, and the stories we heard about United States was like tremendous, you know. So it's like, so he says, come back, and I thought, hey, I have given this lifetime opportunity, and lots of people would kill to have. Should I walk away? You know, answer was no, apparently. So I fought it through. I stayed in a hotel for the first night, like 2 in the morning, called a cab, went to a hotel room, stays there. The next day, uh, went to the university, and it was a Sunday on a summer. So the university was closed, and only the thing was open was the DJ at the Hispanic stations, and they called the police on me, and I think that's the right thing they did. And so the police came and picked me up, take me to the university dorms, spent the first night there and the second night. Um, and the guy named Jose, he was the one at the radio stations, and he told me about these apartments, which is quite cheap, and I come from a country which is not that significantly making that much money. Um, so I moved there, and I lived there for 6 months, and I got end of the term I got married. I don't know, 6 months in the country for a $50 bet with my friend Julio, um, and uh, and I paid my way through college, um, and it was very hard. And if you ever think about doing it, and I think that was the greatest things you can ever do to understand who you really are, what you made up. I did all kinds of things. I found all the loopholes in the books. I thought there was. Um, I live off of 150 bucks a day. That 150 bucks a month, my bad. That's including my rent and food. So I ate whatever left over at the university I work at, and I remember walking Sundays to LDS Institute across the street from the university for hot chocolates and donuts. And so they say, hey, if you stay, we will, for the discussions, we'll give you if there's any left over. So I stayed. And it became LDS, but I went through 8 discussions, I believe. Um, it was fun. It was fun. I made great friends like Julio, Lou, Marcus. Lou and Marcus, I really want to say thank you. If it wasn't for them, I don't know I would have pulled through, and it was the most people I met in my life. And they opened the door. They were Native Americans here, and they says, that's what we do, Mel, they opened the door, and I remember one time I show up at their house. I was so hungry, and there was this strawberry shortcake on their table, and I thought, man, this look good. I'm gonna have a slice, and because they told me like, hey, whatever here you can eat. So I ate myself a slice, and it was taste not that great. But later down the road, when they came home, I found out that's been molded, and apparently that's what I ate. So learned a lot being here. So made lots of mistakes, and I would consider them as a learning experience. So. Uh, I was married for 9 years, had a great daughter, changed the course of my life. Um, I started a business, and I have helped over 8,000 people. We changed their lives, and you know, we changed some cases the industries how they do business, because I or my team was involved. So it was a remarkable journey, and from all the people, I really want to say thanks to my daughter. If it wasn't for her, I don't know how to fight it anymore, So she helped me fight, and she gave me reasons to wake up in the morning and go to work. And then my clients carries me through. And that's how it's been for me. And when I see what we achieved, when I see their faces, and that's give me reasons to fight. And that's give me reasons to stay up late and think different. And I ask myself all the time that questions: how can I make a change in somebody's life because I exist today? So um, I rode a motorcycle across the country, and that was been an amazing journey. I rode 1,500 miles one day, um, and I rode a bicycle, and I still ride a bicycle, and I play rugby here in the United States, and yeah. So uh, I remember one time I was on a rafting trip, and there's some places we went in. There was one place had this map. It's in Idaho, um, and people put pings from where they came from, and I was the only one on the same route, at least the Southeast Asian regions, like from China, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan. So there was few from overseas was there. There are many places like that I've been. And so if you're thinking about coming to the United States, I got my natural citizenship here, and I work in the legal way, and it's a great country to be in. It's a great place. But the biggest questions I always ask is like, if you ask that kid 25 years back, that if you ever think that you would come to the United States, run your own business, and have a daughter, answer would be probably no. And it would be, it would be, it would be far fetched out. But I took one step at a time, and that's make a difference. So, for the people who are there, I really, really encourage, you know, life is scary for me. Still to today, um, but just keep fighting. It's worth it because you never know what tomorrow will bring. It's always being a present for me, and I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much.